On a chilly, overcast morning in the heart of the city, puddles from an overnight rain shimmered faintly under the pale, early sun. Emma, a young woman barely in her 20s, walked steadily along the sidewalk, heading to her job at Bright Haven Plaza. Since turning 18, she had worked as a cleaner, scrubbing offices with quiet dedication, day after day. As she approached the entrance to Bright Haven, a sleek black car glided up behind her. It slowed, then stopped. Emma paid it little mind. She was used to being overlooked or ignored. But this time, something felt off. Inside the car sat Sophia, a wealthy fashion influencer whose world revolved around luxury, likes, and designer labels. One hand on her phone, the other on the steering wheel, Sophia spotted Emma walking by. Without hesitation, Sophia slammed her foot on the gas. The tire screeched against the wet pavement, right next to a large puddle by the curb. As the car surged forward, the wheels hit the water, sending a wave of muddy spray crashing over Emma. She had no time to react, drenched from head to toe. Frozen in shock, she stood there as the car sped off, Sophia's cruel laughter echoing from the open window. "Clean yourself up, janitor girl," she shouted before disappearing down the street. The words stung deeper than the cold, muddy water dripping down Emma's face. She blinked, stunned, feeling the grime soak into her uniform. Passers-by glanced her way. Some whispered, but no one stopped to help. Silently, Emma reached into her bag, pulled out a small towel, and began wiping her face. Her hands trembled, but she didn't cry or complain. Holding her head high, she continued walking into Bright Haven. What Emma didn't know was that her moment of humiliation hadn't been unnoticed. Across the street, inside a small coffee shop, Ethan, a man in his early 30s, had seen everything. Ethan owns several buildings in the area, including Bright Haven Plaza. Watching Sophia speed off, laughing as if it were a game, his jaw tightened. But his gaze lingered longer on Emma, her composure, her refusal to break down, her quiet resolve to keep moving forward. Something about her reminded him of his late mother, who had cleaned houses to put him through school, facing hardship with the same silent strength. Ethan turned to the barista, ordered a warm sandwich, and scribbled a note. "Please give this to the young cleaner who just walked in." The barista looked puzzled but nodded. That day, when Emma entered the staff break room, she found the sandwich, still warm, with a note. "Keep going. Someone sees you." She stared at the paper for a long moment before taking a bite. It was the first warmth she felt that day. In the weeks that followed, strange things began to happen. A pair of brand new gloves appeared in Emma's locker. Then, a notebook filled with encouraging words. Sometimes, a hot coffee was left by her cleaning cart. No name, no explanation. Emma was puzzled, but deeply grateful. She continued working tirelessly, arriving early, staying late, and polishing every surface to a shine. Not everyone was pleased with her dedication. Some longer-tenured coworkers grew jealous. Whispers turned into rumors. They accused her of currying favor with management. Some tried to sabotage her, tripping her up or tampering with her cleaning schedule, making it seem like she'd skipped an entire floor. When confronted, Emma didn't lash out. She calmly showed her supervisor her work log, proving every task was done and offered to redo anything needed. Her honesty and commitment silenced the accusations, gradually earning reluctant respect from her peers. One afternoon, after finishing her shift, Emma received a formal letter addressed to her. Inside was an acceptance letter for a full scholarship to study hospitality management at a top-tier school. No sender's name, just a final line. "Your future deserves more than mopping floors. I believe in you." Emma read it over and over, tears quietly falling. For the first time in a long while, she felt hope. She began attending evening classes while working full-time during the day. Her body ached from exhaustion, but her spirit burned brighter than ever. Each swipe of the mop, each polished window felt like a step towards her dreams. What she didn't know was that Ethan was behind it all. Every gift, every gesture, every opportunity carefully placed like stepping stones to guide her forward. Unbeknownst to Emma, Sophia's cruel act that morning had been captured by a security camera above the Brighthaven entrance. It didn't show Sophia's face clearly, but it recorded everything: the car, the puddle, the splash, the laughter. Someone inside the building leaked the footage, and it spread like wildfire online. A local gossip page posted it first, then it exploded across social media. Rich influencer humiliates young cleaner. Sophia strikes again, caught on camera. Who's the woman behind the wheel? Emma remained oblivious, continuing her routine of cleaning and studying, pushing herself harder than ever before. But Sophia knew. Her phone blew up with messages, comments, and calls. Overnight, her fans turned into critics. Sponsors began pulling out, and her glamorous image was tarnished. Panicked and furious, she posted a defensive Instagram story. "It was just a prank. People are too sensitive. I didn't even mean to hit the puddle." But no one bought it. Screenshots of her past behavior surfaced, old messages where she mocked those she deemed beneath her. The public turned on her completely. Sophia's father, a powerful businessman whose empire relied on appearances, was livid. The scandal threatened their family name. He called her in, cut off her credit cards, suspended her social media accounts, and demanded a public apology, or she'd lose everything. Meanwhile, Emma's quiet confidence grew. Her supervisors noticed her growth, and she was promoted to the VIP floor, the most exclusive part of Brighthaven, reserved for top executives and elite guests. It was a sign of trust and recognition. In the staff bathroom, adjusting her new uniform, Emma stood taller. For the first time, she felt she belonged. One afternoon, after finishing her shift on the VIP floor, Emma found an envelope slipped under her locker door. Inside was a handwritten letter. "You've inspired me more than you'll ever know. You're not alone. Someone believes in you." This time, there was a name: Ethan Carter. Emma's breath caught. She vaguely recalled seeing his name in a business magazine in the break room. Ethan Carter, the youngest billionaire in the country, owner of Brighthaven Plaza. Suddenly, the gifts, the scholarship, the kindness, all made sense. Tears welled up as she whispered, "Why me?" When they finally met, Ethan smiled. "Sometimes the strongest people wear the humblest clothes," he said. "You reminded me of who I wanted to be, not just the man I am." From that moment, their connection grew, from silent supporter to mentor, friend, and eventually something deeper. Over the next year, Emma graduated with honors from her hospitality program. She was promoted to head of hospitality training at Brighthaven Plaza. Her story spread quietly through the company, a symbol of resilience, humility, and strength. Sophia, meanwhile, faded into obscurity, her brand irreparably damaged. Without authenticity or kindness, her influence crumbled. On the anniversary of that fateful morning, Brighthaven hosted a grand gala. Emma stood on stage, receiving an award for outstanding contribution to service excellence. In her speech, she said, "I used to think life was about surviving whatever came my way, but I've learned that sometimes the mud you walk through leads you to a light you never knew you deserved." Ethan sat in the front row, smiling proudly. After the ceremony, they walked together to the plaza's entrance, the same spot where it all began. Emma paused, gently placing her award ribbon on the ledge by the door. It wasn't a gesture of triumph over Sophia, but a symbol of letting go. Sometimes the world tries to bury you, but if you keep walking, even through the mud, someone might just see you rise.